Salutations, welcome back to my video, welcome back to my channel, welcome back to the video, welcome back to the channel. Hi, my name is Melissa, and we're gonna do a battle of the All Shimmer Special Shades palettes. I have quite a few. I don't know if I'm going to exclude one in my collection, which is the Blend Bunny Trove, the Trove palette, little quad. Because it's straight up strictly multichrome. So I'm going to exclude that one and just focus more on the duochrome, ultra glittery, sparkly, with an occasional multichrome or iridescent multichrome in the palette. So let's get to it. I have quite a few. And we're going to talk about the repeat shades that I see, and like, do you need all of these? Maybe one or two will suffice for you, maybe just one. That will definitely be like a good addition to your collection if you do not want to buy singles, which I do have plenty of. I'm literally looking at my stack of singles in my palette, right, like in my magnetic palette right next to me. So let's get into this. Let me just grab everything off this teetering precipice on my little bed, and hopefully nothing breaks. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Nothing fell, nothing broke, so yay. Okay, so here are two palettes from It's Belle Cosmetics, and it's the Break the Rules palette and the Flare remixed. Yeah, these kind of took the indie beauty world by storm, especially the Break the Rules palette. Look how pretty that is. I'm trying not to show the mess that is in my broom. Yeah, you can see, oh yeah, you can see some of the shifting, right? So this shade, Go Rogue, I'm going to swatch that one. It's this middle shade right here. Okay, I'm gonna swatch that right here. Okay, don't worry, I'm gonna be very glittery and sparkly at the end of all this. There's a method to my madness, I promise. I promise. Okay, next one is the Flare. And look how pretty that is. Oh yeah. So we're gonna swatch basically, it's not really a repeat, but I'm gonna swatch Amethyst right here. And we're gonna go from there. So as you see, two very bright, sparkly shades. So we're gonna keep that in mind. So here's that. So you see those. It's not the battle of which one it is. It's more of, do you need these? Because your girl bought all this mess, and you don't need all of them. I promise you, you don't. So this one, oh, I just gouged it. My finger in it. This is Pink Crush Cosmetics. This is the the Hyperchrome palette. And let's take a gander. Here's the inside. Does this look familiar to you? They kind of start to repeat. So I'm going to swatch the shade Hysteric right here. And I'm going to put it right next to the shade I swatched out of the It's Belle palette. They are very different but similar. Okay, so there's that, and I have a towel next to me where I'm just wiping off my fingers. Next up is the Phenomenon palette, also from Pink Crush. Yeah, you just see one of my big comfy blankets on my bed, so but yeah, here's that palette. Very pretty. there's really no corresponding shade, but I'm gonna swatch the shade Moonbow, which is this one right here, which is damn near identical to this shade from the It's Belle palette. Okay, like, I should have known better, but then I'm just like, I'm weak for multi-chromes and duochromes and shiny things. I really like the Raven or Crow. I'm really like, oh, shiny. Like, yeah. I think most of us are like, ooh, shiny. I'll be right back. We are going to I'm going to show you a few more palettes. I'm hoping to help save you some coins because this girl spent a lot of coins and I love it. Okay, it's mine. It's mine to treasure, and it's my de-stress, and it helps. It's my happy place. Makeup is my happy place. So, and books and movies are my happy place, and makeup. So we'll get right back into it. I'm gonna grab a couple more special shade palettes, and we're gonna crack into those too. Okay, so then we're gonna look at these beautiful swatches. Slightly different, but close. Okay, and I think I'll try to play with the light a little bit toward the end so you can see the shifts. Okay, now we have some adept palettes. Good Lemugly. So this is the original Plain Jane. This one came out, and then maybe a year or so later they came out with the Plain Jane Remastered in a nice newer package, sleek, with like the vegan leather on it. It's really nice. Okay, so look how beautiful those are. Let's just swatch the common shade, which is ACI6 right here. Very soft, very pretty. And yeah, we're just gonna swatch that one. So I don't know if you can see this, but on my hand, in my light, these two are identical. They're the same damn shade. One from Pink Crush, one from Adept, and they're identical. I know this is, we're gonna figure out the light. Don't worry, we'll figure it out. And then this is the remastered one, and it's the same shade. So the A116, I'm gonna swatch this one right there. Now the remastered, it's slightly different. It is slightly different. It's more closer to the one, the It's Belle shade right here in the middle. Okay, well, you know, I'm not going to argue. I'm not going to fuss and fight. I'm trying to think of the same shade. You know what? Let me pull out the Minka from Adept. You know what though? This shade. That's a little bit more goldeny. I swatched it right here. Pink goldeny. But yeah. A lot of, you know, honestly, you'll barely be able to tell the difference on the eye. Exactly. Barely. Okay. And let me grab my unearthly ones. So we'll go through, there's a couple of those. So we'll go through those and we'll just watch basically the same shade that I say in all of them. And let's talk about it afterwards. Okay? We'll be right back. Okay. So we have the Don't Be Jolie, which I don't know why they named their 10-12 palette Don't Be Jelly. I would have just named it something different, like Jellyfish, or Jujube Jellyfish, Jujube Jellyfish. I don't know. They could have came up with something else. Maybe use the scientific name for jellyfish. Don't ask me what that is off the top of my head. I don't know. I am literally just care plans and all sorts of things are crammed into my brain, let alone I have to work a full-time job. My brain is full. But anywhoosies. Also, the All I Ever Wanted Volume 1 and 2. So, let's get into Don't Be Jelly since I'm holding it up. So, this is what it looks like. Very pretty. It is very pretty. And I want to swatch the shade DBJ6. It's a little... It's a little bit more blue. And you can kind of see that. It stands out. Oh, there you go. Like the lights. But you can see two of them identical. It's the same similar-esque shade in each palette. That is what I'm trying to point out here. It's not the crud nuggets. It is not the, oh, this is a dupe or this is the same. It is a similar shade in every palette, and I'm just trying to point that out to you so you guys don't waste money, because money is precious. And here's the All I Ever Wanted. It was before the rebranding and it still had Alien on it, but I still bought it anyway. So then I'm gonna swatch the shade Alien Princess, which is like my favorite one. It has the biggest dip in the pan. I kid you not, that's my favorite one. And yeah, we're gonna swatch Alien Princess. So it's that nice, pretty shade on my finger. Dang, they're identical to the other three. Ooh, almost dropped it and I would have cried a little bit. Cry just a little. I think I'm letting go. Oh no. Why did that song come back to me? Probably listening to like smooth jazz or like top 40s. Brenda Russell, Piano in the Dark. Of all the things to remember is that literal song, the artist, and the name of the song. I think the year is 1988. I wasn't even alive. Oh my god. Yeah, so here is the All I Ever Wanted Volume 2 palette from Unearthly. Oh my gosh. And here's what the beautiful palette looks like. You see that? There we go. There is a multi-chrome here in the shade in the corner right here, but the rest is like really beautiful shimmers and duochromes. And I'm going to swatch the shade Dreamer. Oops, sorry, not to blind you. Dreamer, which is right here. Holy cow. Oh, I'm gonna see if I can adjust the lights in just a second, because all these shades look like they all like they're literally, they pair off and several look alike. Now these palettes are not cheap. This was what, I think $70, $80. Don't Be Jelly's like 50 something, 45, 50-ish, but this is like 70, 60, 70 something dollars. The Pink Crush Cosmetics, those are not terribly priced. I think they're like 40 something, and they do, somebody has a code. I found it out and I used it. Also, they occasionally have sales, so you know, Adept, obviously they have influencer codes. Use them. Unless there's like a really good sale and the codes don't stack, but if there's if they do stack, use it. Okay. So before I turn the light down and start to show all the swatches, now for the It's Belle, I briefly mentioned earlier this year or late last year, I had a very poor experience with them. They are a woman of color, woman-owned business, woman of color, and a words. It is a woman of color owned business. And I'm not trying to poo-poo on anyone's business, because the products that, you know, a lot of people showcase and show look gorgeous. Their Instagram and everything, gorgeous. The website photos, very beautiful. I get my product and it's less than subpar. One of my like cosmic flare bundle shades was single shadows. Two of them were completely dried out. Like, you pressed, dug, scraped, nothing would come out. And they asked for me to send a video, and I said, hey, okay, sent the video. They never responded. And then they, like, the initial, like, before they said send a video, oh, did you use it right? Did you leave it out? I said, I just received it in the mail. So it was off-putting, and I get that they do have to ask questions, and it may be generic prompts, because I worked in call centers and customer service too, and they do have prompts, you know what I mean? They do have like the little scripts, and that's okay. You know, that's okay, because it's kind of a standardized, you know, across the board type of answer. But I didn't appreciate just basically getting ghosted by a whole ass company. You know what I mean? So no, I won't be purchasing anything from them. I don't recommend truly much on my channel. I just showcase what I like to do, things that I like. I mean, maybe in the before I maybe I've done like reviews, and maybe like, yeah, maybe if you want, if this is your thing, you could pick it up. And that's where my stance is. If you like what I'm showing you, and if it's available, you know, pick it up at your own discretion and your own leisure. Please do not put yourself in the poorhouse, and the negativo and the negative to keep up with the Joneses, keep up with the Johansons, to keeping up with the Johnsons, to, you know, have things. And with makeup, for me, I have a lot of money, and I get gift cards and stuff like that for friends and gifts. Like, makeup is, like, gifting makeup to people, it's part of my love language. It's part of how I show you I care and I love you. If it's guys, normally I just find stuff that they like, especially my family members and like, I literally have four really super close guy friends. All have 3 happily married, and I gift their wife makeup. So if they're into it, you know. But my whole tangent here is, you know, don't go into hock trying to keep up with anybody and buy anything. And again, my stance for my channel and what I like is, I'm just showing stuff, and people, it's not braggy. I'm not getting any of this in PR. It's either gifts from family or friends, or gifts that I've purchased with my own hard-earned money for myself that I had a lot of budget for. Okay, so back to that. I'm not telling you that you shouldn't or can't purchase from It's Belle Cosmetics. I'm just stating my poor customer experience, and that tainted my experience with them. I may give them another shot in the future, but for this foreseeable future, for the rest of the year, that's a no for me. So let's get back into the video in regards to these shades. Okay, now a couple of them look electric, so I'm gonna try to mess with the light here for a hot second. Oh, that's orange. That was orange. That's about right. Let's see. So, there we go. Do you see how some of those are very similar? Do you need all of those palettes, though? No, the answer is obviously hell to the no. No. I'm gonna wipe off my hand now. Oh, I'm so sparkly. Oh, our towels. They are fabulous. I work in surgery. Those are left over. So all of these palettes, let me just, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oof. 10. And there's at least one shade out of all of these that is identical in all 10 of these. You do not need all of these, okay? This was me being a happy little person that says, shiny, sparkly. And I bought them, okay? Bought them. The original Plain Jane is no longer available, but they do still have the remastered, by the way, for Adept. And I think the Don't Be Jelly 9-pan Shimmer palette, Special Shade Shop palette, is available on Unearthly. I think it just restocked the last time I checked, which was like 3 days, like 2 days ago. I don't know about its bell. I'd say check their website. They are based in Puerto Rico, so I would say check. Accessibility is easy. Their website was pretty easy to navigate. Check it out. Sometimes they have pre-orders and they'll tell you the date of when they'll ship out, so that's actually a nice thing. So I purchased these on a pre-order and they said they would not ship out until, I bought these like last year, and they said these will not ship out until February, and I think I purchased them in like November. They shipped out actually a little bit early, like the end of January, so I got them at a relatively good time earlier this year. But just bad customer service experience, so no. But the shades in there are beautiful. I'm going to use the products. I'm going to use them. I'm going to get my money's worth, and I'm going to enjoy them. If I don't use them, if there's somebody in my life that would love something like this and they don't know what, I might gift. If I do a gentle declutter of my special shades and special palettes like that, I might, you know, declutter to a family member or friend. So. But Pink Crush. I have a couple of the regular palettes, like, you know, with mattes and things like that. They're kind of, well, they're okay. I mean, it's not bad. But the Hyperchrome palette, though, this white one, I'd say and they do sell sometimes blemished or, what's the word? Blemish packaging, or not defunct. Malfunction? No. Deformed? Oh god, that sounds so rude. But we'll just say blemished packaging. So, this is beautiful. Honestly, if you pick this up, you have all the shades that you need, because basically most of them are 9 or 10 pans, or, you know, like 15 or 20. You don't need all those. But these are beautiful duochromes and shiny, sparkly shades. I'm thinking it might be private labeled, but who am I? What do I know? I'm just a makeup enthusiast and a, you know, makeup consumer. I'm not an investigative reporter for this. The phenomena. I'm just being goofy. This is also a beautiful palette as well. It's, you can see all over my room. I'm just trying to show that because it also has a shiny background. It's beautiful as well. One or the other will do. Just depends on how you like your shimmers, your special shades. Do you like the extra glittery? Do you like the foil? Do you like that iridescent type business, you know? Business. So I'll still show my old Adept Plain Jane. I'm not getting rid of this baby. It's beautiful. This is more of the iridescent side. It does have a full-blown multi-chrome right here in the corner. There you can see the shift right there. But the rest are like like there are like 2, 3, was it like, yeah, so 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, excuse me, 4 shimmers, like regular shimmers, and everything else is multi-chrome and duochromes. So again, special shades. Now my Minka will not look like what is sold at the Adept website because I've modified. The beautiful thing about Adept is that they're all magnetic, and they have the names on the back of the palette, like which palette it goes to, and it's easy. So I've mixed and matched a few of mine, but this is the majority of like Minka, and same shade in there, which is very pretty. So this is good too. And then the Plain Jane. So this is the remastered. Ooh, almost dropped that. So this is the remastered one. So yeah, it's beautiful. It's the same shades in like nearly every stinking palette though. Like you don't really need all of them. Here's again the beautiful Don't Be Gelée. You know, so here's the Don't Be Jelly. All I Ever Wanted. When I look at that title, I literally want to burst out singing, if you want to, I can save you, I can take you away from here. Oh, Michelle Branch had my adolescent ass in a chokehold. That song was also in one of my favorite shows, which is on the bookshelf behind me, which was Birds of Prey on, back then, the WB, which became the CW. It had Shimmer and Ashley Scott. It was so cute. And then here is All I Ever Wanted, which is very, very duochrome-y with just some lovely sparkly shimmers as well. Just wiping off a corner here. Alien Princess and Passion and Pink Moon and Jupiter are probably my most used ones. Also, Basilisk is actually the same shade in the Lore palette, the Unearthly Lore palette. Like their actual 9-pan is the same shade in here. If you have the Lore palette, you don't need that. Or if you don't like all the mattes in the Lore palette, if you don't like the color story, then this is in here. I don't know if I think she discontinued volume 1. But just a little bit of info that I've noticed. And then here is volume 2. Oh, it's a little flaky. Luna and Dreamer are probably the most used shade, next to Cross and Thorn, the multi-chrome in the corner, the bottom corner. You can't come in. You don't need all of these. Okay, you don't need, I'm not saying this is a battle of the shimmers. It's more of a, you don't need all of these. I'd just say whichever one or brand you like or prefer, or brands you've had a good opinion or experience with, go for it. Go for that. Like, go that route. You know what I mean? Oh, scalp is still tender. Go that route. Also, if there is a influencer or creator that you follow and you really do, it's not a parasocial relation, but if you really do trust what they're telling you in regards to the product, then, you know, if they have a code or somebody else has a code, use it, get it. But I'm just telling you, you just need one, honestly. Your girl's got 10. You just need one, maybe 2 if you want to feel fancy. And if you have singles, like I do, wait for it. Okay, so here is my huge Adept, like double-sided palette. Oh, good gravy. So, if you have, the majority of this side over here is Davina with some Nomad singles and some It's Belle the Cosmic Flare bundle. Obviously, these beautiful big old square pans over here. SpongeBob SquarePants. Well, another pineapple under the sea. I hated that show. I was a kid when SpongeBob came out, and I hated it. And that sapsucker's still on over half my life. Nearly all my life, that show has been. Oh, no. Anywho's, these are my Cliona shadows. I did a sampling, so I did get the dragon fruit palette, and it kind of broke. The actual component that it comes in, it broke. So I put them in here. And then I have samplings of like the iridescent multichrome, the glitter jewels, the gray base, jeweled. So I kind of sampled all of the, this is a sale they had late last year, early this year, something like that. They had a good sale on Cliona. And I sampled basically every multichrome in their stained glass collection. Like they have like the jeweled, and then they have like, so they just have a lot. I want to tell you a lot. They have a lot, and they're beautiful. These are Baby Bat Beauty. Some of these are some Divina also over here, and some are singles from Pink Crush as well. So you see like these beautiful iridescent, like they just look white when I'm showing you up here. Like this area, like these are the Halo Moon, and then Fairy Fire from Divina. Let me tell you something. These shades, especially this shade right here, is also identical to everything I had swatched on my hand. So, closing this carefully because there's a car payment of makeup right here. I wish I could say I'm not serious, but I am. I'm very serious about that. There's a whole car payment worth of makeup in there. So I just swatched it out. You see that purple? Okay, that's just about the same shade of the other 10 swatches I had. And then I have another. Don't be judging, okay? It's a judgment-free zone. Some Divina, some Shroud, some Baby Bat Beauty, some Sydney Grace shadows. I also had some Sydney Grace shadows in there too. Sydney Grace also has a couple multichromes. I bought a couple. I bought 3. I think I have 1 in here and 2 in the other one. So yeah. So I have lots of sparkly, shifty. Ooh, excuse me. There was a hiccup and like a burp in the back of my throat. Sparkly, shifty shadows in single form and in palette form. It's really down to your preference. Do you like singles, or do you like having everything in one compact, easy to carry, easy to take with you on the go, possibly traveling palette, instead of trying to put everything into a small compact, like, you know, magnetic palette, you know, and bring it with you. Okay, so it's all about your preference, and that is just the whole point of this video. You don't need all of them, okay? You just pick one. The Divina shadows, I know the Aurora Flare, like the full dark jeweled multichromes, those are available. I know Cliona is restocking and launching some new multichromes, different ones. Those will be available soon as well. I'm not big on the Cliona formula. I didn't ever understand. I think I'll do a video and I'll try to swatch my Cliona shadows next to my Divina shadows, and I'll just explain my feelings and how I feel that they're overhyped. Beautiful, and I'm not going to say that the quality is poor. It's beautiful quality. I just don't like the formulation, and that's just a personal thing. Because makeup is personal. It is, you may love it, and I may not like it at all. It doesn't mean I dislike you, or dislike the company. It's just, it doesn't work for me, or it doesn't jive with me. It doesn't, vibe with me. I am like having a verbal vomit right now. Like, I just feel like I'm just rambling. But again, the special shades, multi-chrome palettes, singles, again, it just comes down to preference. If you like singles or if you like having everything in the palette form. Adept, they have, you know, they have ones that they just released that, was it the Seahorse palette? It was like $140 USD. I skipped that one because I have all those shades. You saw, like, and those are all my multi-chromes. Those are all my special shades. That's just a majority of them in those two magnetic palettes. I have like 2 or 3 more magnetic palettes with special shades in them. This is a judgment-free zone. This is a happy place. Okay. So, I skipped it. Plus, I didn't want to pay $140. And I don't want to afterpay or Klarna $140 for a Seahorse palette. Come on now. Come on. No. So, moral of this long-winded 49-minute story is, it is up to you, your preference, what you like, what works with your makeup style, your storage style, all that is, my chair's squeaky. Oh my gosh. It's all up to your personal preference. And your budget. You know, some may be a little bit more affordable or approachable than others. Like Puerto Rico is a U.S. territory. The shipping wasn't bad. It was actually relatively quick, even though it was a pre-order. Okay. Unearthly though, Unearthly is stateside as well. Last I checked, when I got a package, when I ordered in May the Heather Austin Resurgence collection, great palette by the way. She always puts out a banger. She always comes up with something great. It wasn't that one, because that one shipped pretty quickly. But I had ordered a birthday gift for a friend who said that she came into my apartment. She's like, I really like this palette. I was gonna give it to her. I was like, I like this one. I was like, girl, no, I'm gonna get you your own. And I didn't tell her. That took a while because they may have been backed up. I know there are a small family-owned business. I'm not faulting them. Indie brands are independently owned, so they don't have a big crew. You know, they don't have a whole, you know, Ulta or Sephora or, you know, a big fulfillment center to package all their, you know, their goods and ship them out to the customer. That takes a minute, and that is a domestic in U.S. territory brand as well. Adept ships from, I think, Washington, Oregon, I don't know, somewhere up in the Pacific Northwest. And their shipping is actually relatively quick as well. Pink Crush Cosmetics, I think they come from Ohio or Michigan, I don't know, but it's somewhere over there, and they were also relatively quick. I placed 2 orders with them, and it was good. It was fine. It's relatively quick, so yeah. So again, thank you for listening to this 49 minutes. I'm hoping to cut this down. It's not fully 49 minutes. Here's to hope. Thank you so much for sticking with me, and I just want to say peace, easy. Thank you so much for watching and sticking around. I hope this was informative and helpful. Please take care of yourself, take care of one another. Let somebody know that you're thinking of them and that you love them. Please, it will behoove you to make smart choices, behoove you to show that you care. It doesn't hurt to be lovely and nice. All right, that is all for today. Tonight, I will see you in the next video. I've probably got one more left in me. It's like 2 a.m. It's 3 a.m. I must be lonely. Oh my gosh. What is wrong with me? Good thing I'm not monetized, because I would be striked everywhere. Thank you so much for watching. You can follow me on the Instagrams. It's there at the bottom. Thank you. Bye.